Hey guys, it's Etch here, or Karma as I'm now known. So the thing is, you guys, if you're watching this, you're probably wondering what happened to the original Howling Woods series. And the answer is that it's probably dead. Mostly because I've been lacking a lot of inspiration for a variety of reasons. Part of it is that the first two episodes were unwatchable due to some encoding errors that caused severe lag to where it was like watching a slideshow. But that's not even the main issue though. The main issue is that I do not like terraforming in Planet Zoo. It's not fun for me. Honestly, I suck at it. And so I've decided to restart with a map that someone else made, and I'll get into that a bit later. But so when I decided to remake it, also I thought that I didn't really like the fact that I had to terraform this entire flat map, because that's a lot of work and it's not something I enjoy. So that's what happened to Howling Woods. So I'm doing a reboot, that's this series, where I actually restart everything from scratch, and I remake everything and we will begin anew. Essentially, it's a fresh slate. So as you can see in the background, this is a map by Septmi on YouTube or No-Go on Steam. It's called Nita Park on the workshop, and you can watch it or you can download it yourself. It's really beautiful, and you'll see more of it as we continue, but it's a really nice map and you should download it because it's amazing. So I'm getting into a bit of a rambling here, but I think the video is about to start, so we're going to get into a speed build, so I hope you guys enjoy the speed build. Bye-bye! So that was a very short goodbye, but we are back with a speed build, and as you can see there, this section had a lot of cuts. I was trying to shorten the video. It would have been like half an hour, otherwise it's already pretty long, and I wanted to add a real-time section at the end. So there's a lot of cuts, it's very fast. Oh well. I didn't add transitions for all of them because some of them were less noticeable, but there are transitions on a few, so oh well. So what you can see here is actually I'm building the entrance. I have the guest spawner built off camera and like the decoration around it. I will have a real-time tour of that at the end. But here you can see me messing with the paths, trying to get the entrance all set up, and this is going to turn out to be sort of like a display area. It has a deforestation display in the middle, and also a wolf display with some statues that is very reminiscent of the old park, of a particular spot in the old park that I think you guys might like. And so it's a cabin, basically. I ended up adding some logs on the side to add some like sort of texture. It's very subtle, really, but I think it helps. And here I was creating the ramp of sorts. I did not like the actual path, so I replaced it with logs because I couldn't find a path that I really liked. So here you can see me doing it. So I basically just covered it up with logs. And yeah. So the park itself is going to be not very large as far as species, as you know from the old series. If you haven't seen it, which I'm assuming you haven't, this is a wolf sanctuary as opposed to a zoo. So really the only animals we're going to have is wolves, and we might add some exhibits with similar animals like they're related to wolves, for example deer, or some competitors like grizzlies. I don't remember, do we have, I guess we have reindeer, does that count? Anyway, so these exhibits are going to be pretty simple. Essentially the idea is that it's a wolf sanctuary, so it's a tourism spot of sorts. So people come here mostly to see the wolves. There will be Arctic wolves, as I do have the Arctic expansion, and there will be timber wolves, mostly timber wolves, I believe. And so we're going to have, so the series will be split up into two segments. There will be the segment on That's the building segment where we build everything, and then after that there will be a story segment. I'll get more into that in the future videos. I'm not really prepared to talk about that. I need a script. But that's what my plans are. So the story segment will be talked about at a later date. And here you can see me doing the statues. The rock I wanted to use was just a tad too big, so I had to make do with these, but I think it turned out okay anyway. And so I think the last time when I did a rock statue with these wolves like it on the last series, it was very it was a lot bigger for one, and I think there were more wolves. I think we had a whole family. I think there was 2 adult wolves and possibly 2 pups. I can't remember. Might have just been 1 though. So that's a sign for actually directly ported from the old, the Howling Woods sign was directly ported from the old map. It's, I removed the top portion with the batch awning because I felt like you couldn't see the sign under it. And I think I added some lighting that will turn on at night or something, and it'll have, it'll light up the sign. Here you can see me trying to figure out what to do with this space. What I ended up doing I thought I really liked, but I was trying to figure out what to do with this space on the side of the path. So I just put some, like, wolves that are hunting and then deer on the top off to the side. That sort of thing, kind of like a mural, I guess is what they call it. And I ended up going with the deforestation sign. I don't know exactly when I change it, but I ended up changing it. There we go. I think I'm changing it there to the deforestation one because I ended up making it a deforestation exhibit, and I really like what I did with it. You'll see. Here I tried to add some lighting with spotlights. It didn't work out. I thought it was way too bright because it would like hurt my eyes at night. But I ended up doing something different with the lighting. I think, yeah, I used those area lights and I just put them up everywhere and sunk them into the ground. So hopefully that doesn't look too awful. But yeah, I ended up getting rid of those spotlights because it was just a bit much. And then I added one in the back that isn't sunken in because I thought it looked kind of cool. I don't know. So here's a deer, obviously deer statue. I end up removing this path off camera, the path up to there, because I end up putting something in, like something there that you're not supposed to walk on. There we are. So I end up doing these like it's a deforestation theme, so I had these logs as if it's a forest that's been cut down. And I thought that was a really cool idea. I'm proud of myself for it, and no one can say anything otherwise. So, and I had some plants sprinkled in. And because no one can read the billboard except for the guests, because I don't speak Planko, or I guess it is still Planko. So I ended up creating a sign there that says deforestation. Make it simple. And then here I am adding the roof. This ends up being a huge process. It's a long time. I think it turned out good. It took a while. But then again, so does everything in Planet Zoo and in Planet Coaster, so I don't know what I expected. I ended up adding these, I think it was the slate roofs, I can't say that right. I had that ridge up top, but I ended up removing it later and replacing it with logs, because I ended up surrounding the entire roof with logs, you'll see. Because as you can see, there's this gap, because the logs are flat, but the roof isn't. So there's this, like, spot at the top of each log when I bring it up that it just looked kind of awkward, so I filled in with, I ended up filling it in with the, what do you call it? With the, like a ledge, I guess? I don't know. I'm lost for words. I have no clue what to call it, but that thing. Whatever I'm doing now, that's what I'm talking about. So I end up doing that, and that takes forever to get everything lined up. And also the light in that corner was driving me nuts. I could not see what was going on in that corner where the doorway is. And yeah, that was frustrating. And like no matter what time of day I made it, it just would not work. So now somewhere off to the side here, I'm not quite exactly sure where, but I'm gonna have like the staff area, and that's gonna be set up almost as if it's like a lodgings almost, but it's really the staff area. And so we're gonna pretend that that's lodgings. I'm pretty sure the guests are gonna be unhappy walking through there, but I do not care. This is not for the guests, this is for me. So the guests can suck it up. So here I tried adding a door, and like a door that's like open, if that makes sense, like it's jarred open, because I don't want them walking through the door, but I also don't want to deal with them not having a door, because it just feels weird. Like you've got to have a door when you, like, how else do you lock up if you don't have a door? I don't know, I wish they had like functional doors in the game. That would be neat. So I think we're nearing the end of this video. There will be a real-time section near the end. So I'm going to cut off here. Pretty much all that's left is just doing this railing, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to leave off here, and I will see you in the real-time section. I'm tempted to say goodbye, but, you know, that turned out well last time. So, yeah. Alrighty, and welcome to the real-time section. So this is the cave where I built off camera, and there's the guest spawner behind me. You can kind of see that I built some lights in the sign, so it's pretty basic, but I thought it looked nice. So you can see I have some rocks back here. The cave itself was built by, like, the terraforming was in the Nita Park when I downloaded it, but I added all the logs and whatnot, and most of the rocks back here. So, the sign is also mine, obviously. If you go move further up, you can see the lighting, and then up here is a view of a waterfall and the river beyond. And then a short, or at least medium, I guess, walk down here, and you can get to the building we built on the speed build today, that being the entrance building, and in we go. Here you can see the ticket entrance, and then the display for the wolves, the statues, I suppose it's called. And this is the Deforestation Display, seen at, you know, a level I, or eye level. I don't know why I said level I. So, and I was kind of thinking that, like, kids could come up and play on the logs and, like, just sit on them or whatever, take photos, that sort of thing, which is why I didn't have any railing there, but I did have a railing here because I think the statues would be a bit more delicate than the logs. So there's also an ATM there and the deforestation sign. I wonder if you can make custom signs for these. If you can, and if someone knows, let me know if how to do that. So out the door, and you can see the most stunning view of the river. I think it's very, very stunning. And so that's the building. Oh, and also have a door there. I don't know if that was in the footage or not, but so I do want to show you guys what Nita Park looks like before I sign off. This is the entirety of the map, so if you want to go download it, it's by Noto on Steam, the Steam Workshop. It's stunning, I love it, and so that's just about it. I'm probably going to have the staff area somewhere around this area, and then which will be, like I said, disguised as lodging. and then I'll have the wolves, you know, in the surrounding area in general. So, and I think that's that. So, that's the end of the video. Bye-bye!